So this episode of X and Y was a mental trip. I mean, I'll be honest, as the viewer, I don't know what was real and what was just a figure of imagination. And this was done on purpose. So then that way you won't know until either A, you get answers, or B, the next episode. But I'm just gonna break it down for you. So the episode, of course, we have the girl is still kidnapped. And in this episode, most of the characters were trying to go around and look for her. Our main character, Yan, after blaming Zhu for the kidnapping, she comes around and is like, look, I didn't do anything, but I will help you. So she's able to decipher that, A, the picture was of an old construction, that it's the building or whatever that it was has already been constructed at this moment in time. If they've actually brought her to a construction site, then we're gonna look around in the area around where you work. They couldn't have gotten too far. So they go off and try to look around. Now, here's where things start to get a little weird. After searching for about 2 days, this girl's been missing about 2 days, and it's like, where is she? And they are going off the fact that she probably doesn't have food and water, so she can last maybe like 3 days. Well, while he's searching, you know, he's fatigued. These guys are searching in business suits, which it's a little weird, but it might be the culture and the custom. You know, that is definitely through their work hours, so they still have to dress like they're going to work. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and question it. But he's sweating. He's fatigued. They're searching for the last few days. And so he's at this park and he's like, man, where in the world is this girl at? I don't know what's up. He gets a phone call from Jin. Now, if you remember, this is the girl from the barista. And my suspect number one gets a phone call from her. And she's like, hey, let's hang out. Let's go out. And he's like, nah, it's not a good time. Then all of a sudden she appears right next to him. Like she was technically like behind him, as if maybe she was calling him while seeing him. And then he's like, hey, what are you doing here? And then she goes off saying, hey, you need to trust in people, trust in people. All of a sudden she disappears. It cuts to later. So I'm thinking, all right, was this a figure of imagination of him? Like she wasn't actually there. Just after he got off the phone with her, he imagined she came by and tried to give him advice to pick him up. So that was a trip, was like, what just happened? And then, so he's still at the park, sitting there like, woe is me, what's going on, what should I do? Just essentially mentally fatigued himself to where he has no clue what's going on, what's happening. Lo and behold, guess who comes and sees him? It's over here raining, and Zhu comes by out of the blue. I don't even know how she found him. Like, how in the world did she find this guy? Or no, you know, in the whole city, he just so happened to be at that one park. But she knows he's there magically, has the umbrella because it's raining. He's mentally fatigued, so she literally leads him to X and Y, to her bedroom, like dries him off, puts up, like, I assume she changed him or he changed himself. I don't know all of a sudden he's in bedtime clothes. She puts him in bed and then goes to bed next to him and is like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Hold up, what's developing? And I'm thinking, are we about to have a scene here? Like what's about to happen in this right now? When he comes to, he sees he's in the bed, kind of rolls close to her, and she turns over, and then this happens. He sees like this demonic looking face on her, and he's like, wait, what? And all of a sudden he mentally gets transported to a room that's similar to where the girl that's captured is at. Now, let's back up and talk about the girl that's captured. She finally like gets up and moves around 2 days later. Like the day she was kidnapped, she didn't really do too much, but then like 2 days later, she finally gets up and then finds out she has a flashlight and looks around the room and sees the bottles that was up there. I thought the bottles were lights or some sort, some type, because it always showed those bottles at the top, and they had like red string coming down from them. But come to find out, those bottles have a liquid inside of them. I'm thinking maybe, I doubt it's water, but I would imagine that it's almost like a puzzle. Like if you pull them, they'll fall and break, and it's like maybe kerosene or alcohol, something that burns. So it's almost as if she's an escape room. But then the episode ends when the main character, suit and everything, is in a room similar to hers. And then he's like, wait, this is an escape room? Episode over. I mean, this episode was mentally like, what in the world is happening here? Like, is he captured? Is he like in a room next to her? Like, did Zhu actually take him to her room, or did she capture him or something? It's like, what is happening? And of course, as the viewer, we have no idea. It doesn't give any clues, any ideas. We have absolutely no idea what the case may be here. I can't really tell you guys anything other than I've already told you who I think is suspect number one. I honestly have no clue if Zhu's in this or not, if she has orchestrated this to get closer to him, because remember, he was going to separate himself from her, and the only thing that's brought them closer together is this girl's, SHI's kidnapping. So did she orchestrated it? Did Zhu orchestrate it, or is it just a random happening? I don't know, but I will say Zhu knows a lot of information that for someone that's not involved in this. It's like she's not involved in the kidnapping, but yet knows the construction stuff in the area and where they need to go and magically where he's at and all this. It's like, this is a little perplexing, it's a little weird, and shoot, for all I know, maybe Zhu and Zhen are together on it. Like, you know, Zhen was the one that actually captured the girl through Zhu's orders. This is episode 9, so if this is gonna be a 12 episode run, we're gonna have to get some answers here soon, because there's only 3 episodes left. So I'll be here for it. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because my mind is blown. I have no idea what is happening and what should happen or what's going to happen in the future. I don't know if he's actually in an escape room or it's the same mental thing that's happened from, you know, several episodes before. Don't know. We'll find out. But for the most part, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed for more analysis, because we will definitely cover this and several others on the channel. You guys take care, be safe, and Lord willing, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.